What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Jets Report. I'm your host, Patrick Siepman. And coming up on today's show, we got some great news for you Jets fans because Josh Reynolds was talking about why he decided to join the New York Jets during free agency. And he's also talking about Aaron Glenn. Some of these quotes will have you guys absolutely fired up. And then also Mason Taylor, second-round pick out of LSU. He has been dominating OTAs. So we'll break that down on the second half of today's show. But before we dive into it, I am asking for your help. The Packers Report is right on our heels in terms of total subscribers here. And it's my man, Joey Peterson, one of my good friends here at Chat Sports. He's the host of the Packers Report, and he has been talking a lot of noise, saying we're going to beat you guys to 7,000 subs. If you guys could, make this month of June and July a lot more enjoyable for me and hit that subscribe button. Please, please, please help us get the 7K subs before the Packers Report does. I'm begging for your guys' help. Joey's been driving me up a wall with just his nonsense. He's been talking to me and us Jets fans. So if you guys could, hit that subscribe button today. Lock us in as your go-to Jets YouTube channel. All right, so let's break down Josh Reynolds here, and he has me absolutely fired up. Like, this guy is a classic vet. The way he was talking after OTAs, it was just everything you would want out of a veteran wide receiver. And clearly this guy, he's got no ego. He is all about the team. And he is all about winning games. And this was first what Josh Reynolds had to say just about his role with the New York Jets, saying, I'm here for whatever they need me for. If it's wide receiver 2, if it's wide receiver 3, I'm here to help the team win. Time will tell. We still got to go through camp and all that. Guys will emerge and some guys will fall. And that's just the nature of the business. I'm here to help the team win. And, when I heard that, immediately what I thought about was, yes, this Jets wide receiver room is very young. Like, Garrett Wilson, still 24 years old. Arian Smith, Malachi Corley, a lot of these young guys on this roster in that room. It is so nice to have a sound vet like Josh Reynolds in this room because, even him just talking about, like, going through camp, some guys will, rise on the depth chart, some guys will fall. He knows the business side of the NFL, and I think just having that voice, having that veteran presence for a guy like Arian Smith, who's got all the talent in the world, a guy like Malachi Corley, even a guy like Garrett Wilson could probably learn a thing or two from a guy like Josh Reynolds. So I love just his mindset, and he really feels like he's going to be like that dad or older brother in this wide receiver room. But Josh Reynolds was also talking about why he decided to sign with the New York Jets, and this is what he had to say. I think the biggest thing was Coach Glenn. I knew what kind of coach, what kind of person he was. I knew what kind of culture he was going to bring here, and I knew I'd fit well with the Jets. So I was like, yeah, I think that would be a good situation. I was excited to be a part of it. And it's so funny. Aaron Glenn has never been a head coach for one single football game, and he's already attracting free agents. And I think this will be a trend that we will see for the next couple of years where, big-time free agents, where they're looking where they want to go, like having a head coach like Aaron Glenn, who is like that old-school mentality, all about football, that will attract free agents. I mean, we have seen, take the Minnesota Vikings, for example. Kevin O'Connell, a great head coach, a great culture builder in that organization. The Vikings have been sweeping free agencies for the past couple of years. Now, yes, they had a lot of money to spend, but also those guys want to go play for Kevin O'Connell. I could see the same impact Aaron Glenn having with the New York Jets, where maybe next year with the Jets having a lot more money to spend, they could be big-time ballers during free agency. And, Reynolds was already talking about the culture, but he also had more to say, saying guys are here ready to learn, ready to get after it. And you see with the practices. I don't know what they looked like last year, but they're intense. And that's what AG looks for. We're going to practice with a purpose. And the purpose is to win games. Purpose is to get better. Purpose is to have detail, technique, and finish. So I think we have a great mindset coming in this year. And, when I was thinking about Josh Reynolds and, how elite of a run blocker he is at the wide receiver position. And if you have a good offensive line, which I think the Jets do, I think they have a good tandem at the running back position with Brees and Braylon Allen. And you also have on top of just like an Aaron Glenn football team mentality where the backbone of that is going to be running the football and being a strong defense. And that gets me to this. I don't think it's a hot take to say that I can see the Jets having a top 5 rushing offense this season. Now, that may sound crazy since they were 31st in the league last year, but this is a totally different team. And if you had to pick which teams will look different from last year to this year, I think the Jets are at the top of that list, where it was like the Aaron Rodgers kind of toxic culture last year to like this Aaron Glenn culture where it's all about football, it's about running the ball, it's about playing strong defense, and I just can't wait to see it come to fruition this season. But speaking about Josh Reynolds, let's show him some love on today's show. Just love his mindset, and I think just having a veteran like that in that room is going to be so key for this young Jets roster. So let's show him some love on today's show. Type those 83s down below in the comments section. Show Josh Reynolds some love. All right, let's talk about Mason Taylor. Slowly becoming maybe my favorite player on the New York Jets. Might have to get his jersey. Might have to rock that 85 here on game days. But I do want to first go back to a quote that Nick Saban, the best college football coach of all time, had to say on Mason Taylor, saying, Saban says not landing new Jets tight end Mason Taylor was the biggest recruiting mistake we have ever made during his time at Alabama. And he said, this guy is an outstanding player. High praise. That's awesome stuff. I mean, this guy is the best college football coach of all time. And the fact that he's getting that praise from Saban, it should have you guys fired up about how he could look next year. And also, we were getting reports from OTAs that he's been dominating the 7-on-7 period. That makes sense. This guy's 6'5", 250 pounds. He's got great wiggle. He can break off routes at the top of the tree at an elite level. So him being a problem in 7-on-7, honestly, I'm not shocked at that at all. But Aaron Glenn, he doesn't really care about the 7-on-7. He cares about how he's looking in the run blocking department, and this is what he had to say. You're going to love this. I think he's been doing an outstanding job in that aspect, talking about the pass catching part of the game. And it's not just the pass catching, because that's what you guys see. That's what you guys really think is a aha moment, but it's the blocking to me that really gets me going. And, of course, the blocking part of being a tight end is the part that gets Aaron Glenn going. Like, I didn't even need to see that quote to, have that take or to hear Aaron Glenn's take on Mason Taylor. I thought that was just hilarious that Glenn, he's like, hey, I don't care what he's doing on 7-on-7. You guys should see what he's doing in these run blocking drills. I just think that is, if you were just to summarize who Aaron Glenn has been as the New York Jets head coach so far, that quote is a perfect example. But he also said this, I know what he can do in the passing game, but for him to come out and do the things he's doing in the run game, even though you can't do a lot of running because it's not a physical part of the season, him understanding exactly what he's supposed to do and the position, the body language, the leverage, all those things, man, I really love that when it comes to the run game. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic when I say this. I think Mason Taylor could be a top 10 tight end from day one for the New York Jets. Like, we have seen guys like Brock Bowers, Sam Laporta, Tucker Kraft, Dalton Kincaid, these tight ends hit the ground running year one. And I think this year, and honestly, the whole tight end class, like the big three of Loveland, Warren, and Mason Taylor, I think all three of those guys could be, big-time impact players, from day one. So shout out to Mason Taylor, man. He's looking great. And also, shout out to freaking Garrett Wilson. This photo is unbelievable. It's just Garrett Wilson doing Garrett Wilson things. This was the catch that I think it was Zach Rosenblatt tweeted out yesterday saying Wilson had an unreal catch, and this was the photo of it. Sky high. I mean, look at the extension he has right there. He's going to make one of these crazy catches again this season. And, hopefully that connection he has with Justin Fields, a lot of 50-50 balls will be thrown his way. I just can't wait to see number 5 and number 7 continue to build that connection that they started back at Ohio State. But we all know Garrett Wilson's going to be number 1 in receiving yards for the Jets this season. And also, I started doing a little fantasy football deep dive yesterday. Garrett Wilson's going in like the 4th or 5th round in 12-team drafts. I might be comfortable taking him in the 2nd or the 3rd. I think he's going to have a monster season, but that's a different story for a different day. But let me ask you guys this. Who would be 2nd in receiving yards for the Jets this season? I think it might be Mason Taylor. I think he's got a good chance, maybe around 700 to 800 yards. But you guys let me know your thoughts down below. And also, please, 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 please hit that subscribe button. I cannot handle Joey Peterson talking that noise anymore. So hit that subscribe button today. We'll see y'all next time. As always, go Jets.